under this particular place, first you need to identify the place where you have to sell your products. Under this, advertisement is one of the method of promotional tools where you're going to communicate to the customers regarding your product. How you're going to sell it, that depends upon the strategies which you follow in order to sell the products. Hello and a warm welcome to you all dear students. I, George Lumiere, Commerce Faculty, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, I am going to welcome you all for my session, that is session 6 of Principles of Marketing, Unit 1 of your second semester, BCom. Dear students, before going to this particular session, let me just give a glimpse or the highlights of the last session. I'll just give an highlights. I'll tell you about what I explained to you in the last session. In the last session, I explained to you about the various concepts, that is the marketing concepts. So there we saw the different types of concepts such as production concept, then we have the product concept, selling concept, then we have customer oriented concept as well as societal concept. So these are the various things which I explained to you, the topics in the previous session. In today's session, let us understand the meaning of marketing mix. What do you mean by marketing mix and how it is being elaborated? So marketing mix is what? It is a set of marketing tools where the firm uses it in order to pursue the marketing objectives. So marketing mix is what? It is one of the tools where the management or the firms or the companies try to use it in order to accomplish the marketing objectives. In order to accomplish the marketing objectives or the target markets, right? Now this particular marketing mix is what? It is a sole vehicle. It is a only one vehicle, we say, which creates and delivers the customer value. So this marketing mix is creating and also delivering the value to the customer. The value to the customer in the form of product, price, place, that is distribution and promotion. So these are the 4 important elements of marketing mix. We call it as 4 P's of marketing. First P stands for product, second P stands for price, third P stands for place, and the fourth P stands for promotion. That is why we call it as 4 P's of marketing. Right? Now let us understand one by one about this marketing mix. The first P, which stands for product. What is this particular product? Product means, it is a tangible item where you can feel it, touch it, right? And you can have it. So this is one of the most basic marketing mix tool. It is one of the most fundamental marketing mix tool, because without a product, you cannot do any kind of marketing. There need to be a product. So product is one of the important basic aspect in this marketing tool mix, right? So in this marketing mix, so this product, it stands for firm's tangible offer. So this particular product, it is one of the firm's tangible product which is been manufactured or produced by that particular company or the organization. Now, and this market includes the product quality. Now under this product, the marketer has to see that he needs to have a quality for that particular product. That means the quality of that particular product has to be undertaken by the marketer. He needs to see that a very good quality of product should be manufactured. Then the design also should be the second aspect according to the needs and wants of the customers or the preference and choice of the customers. Then the variety features which should be there in that particular product, as well as it should be a branded product. Then proper packing and packaging has to be done. And also the services and warranties has to be there for this particular product. So these are the important elements where product has to have, such as it should have a good quality, then it should be a proper and well designed, and it should have a lot of features in it, then it should be a branded one, and it should be packaging should be done properly where it will tell the customer about that particular product and attract the product attract the consumers for that particular product. Then the services from that, what are the services being rendered from that particular product, that means the utility of that particular product, and the warranties or the guarantees which is given for that particular product. All these are the important aspects of the elements of this marketing mix. The first one, that is product. Coming to the second marketing mix, that is second P, we say as price. Price is what? What is the price? It is the amount or the value which has been fixed for that particular product or a commodity. So the crucial marketing tool is of price, namely what? The amount of money which has to be paid by the customer. So as I told you, price is the amount which has been fixed for that particular product. And that particular product, if it has been purchased by the consumer, then that is the value for that particular product where the customer has to give it. That is, in order to, or he has to pay it for that particular product. Now, for example, if I am purchasing this pen, then the cost of this particular pen, the MRP is around 25 rupees. Then that is the price. So I need to pay 25 rupees as a customer and buy this particular product. So this particular price decision will be taken on different aspects. So it says it includes the wholesale and the retail prices. So price also, there is a difference between the wholesale price and the retail price. So the manufacturer, he will sell the product to the wholesaler in a different price and also to the retailer in a different price. And finally, when it reaches consumer, the consumer also will pay in a different price. So if it is around 50 rupees for a wholesaler, then it may be around 45 rupees for the retailer. Then finally, 40 rupees for the consumer. So like this, the prices will be varying, right? So finally, when it reaches consumer, the price will be high. The price will be high. So here, what are the discounts will be given on this particular, then what are the allowances will be given, that is for the customers or for the retailers or the wholesalers. Then what are the credit terms, that is for the suppliers, it may be the wholesalers or the retailers. All this will be decided upon taking this price. Then the price, it should commensurate with the value of the offer, or else the buyer will in turn to the competitor in choosing the product. So it says the offer, that is whatever the price you give, for that you should give some offer. There should be some offer to that particular product. Otherwise what happens? The buyers will automatically shift on to the competitor's product. So this is about price. Coming to the place, third P called as place. So this is also one of the marketing mix tool where it says it refers to the distribution part, where you need to distribute, how we are going to distribute, to whom we are going to distribute, right? And when you are going to distribute. So all this question arises at the time of distribution. So here we can see the picture, the location where the goods has to be distributed to the consumers, right? And where is your customers? There only you need to distribute it. So it stands for various activities of the companies, like it is undertaking to make a product easily available and accessible to the market. So the company, what they do, they are going to see that how it is been easily accessible to the customers where they are. So in that particular area, they are going to distribute the products which is being manufactured. So here it includes deciding on identify. So under this particular place, first you need to identify the place where you have to sell your products. Secondly, you recruit how we are going to sell it. Who are the persons who are going to sell your product? So you need to recruit some of the person, agents or somebody, the wholesaler who is going to look after. Then the link regarding the middleman and marketing facilitators. So you need to see who are the link people who is going to supply the products to the consumers or to the retailers in that particular location, as well as the facilitators, so that the products have been supplied efficiently without any kind of disturbance finally, and it reaches the target market or the consumers. Coming to the fourth aspect, that is P, promotion. Here it is also one of the important marketing mix tool where it stands for various activities of the companies, such as it may be in order to undertake communication of its products. It is very important. Without communication, the customer or the target market will not come to know what is your product, where it is, who is the manufacturer, what is, whether it is a branded one or not, what is the price of the product, what are the features of the product. Each and every aspect you need to communicate to the customers. So that part has to be done from the marketer side, right? So the merits of the product, the uses of the product, I told you the uses and the advantages of the product, and you have to persuade or target market, that is to purchase them, or else it will be difficult to sell the products in the market. So the marketer has to understand the customer or the target customer, and he has to persuade, influence, then induce the customers to buy that particular product by means of various promotional tools, right? So it includes deciding on hire, train and motivate salesperson to promote their products. So here, first they need to hire. So who is going to promote this product? So the company has to hire some people, the sales force. They need to hire, recruit. Then they need to give them training, how they have to promote, what are the various tactics or strategies they have to follow in order to attract the customers, right? So how they will induce or persuade the customers in order to buy the product, and to motivate the sales force, because sales force is going house to house for door delivery, then most of the customers will not be happy to entertain the sales force. In that case, the sales force will be demotivated. So during that time, the company has to motivate them and see that they are motivated in such a way, they take up the sales and see that the target is been reached. So in order to promote the products, there will be middlemen and also to the other buyers. So this includes setting up communication and promotional programs. It may be advertising, as I said, promotional selling, sales promotion, as well as personal relations. So any kind of this things can be taken into consideration for promoting your product. It may be advertising, it may be sales promotion, or you can say publicity, right? So all these are the different various promotional tools where the marketer or the organization or the firm or the company has to undertake in order to promote its products. That is what the promotion is. So here we say marketing mix is of 4 P's. Marketing mix is of 4 P's, where marketing is a combination of product, price, distribution and promotion. That's what I explained to you. Then it must be designed in such a way that the marketers combines all these 4 elements together in order to satisfy the wants and needs of the customers or the target market, and finally achieve the marketing objectives. So that is the reason why we have this marketing mix. Now students, coming to the next topic known as marketing functions, very, very important on part of the examination point of view, that is the marketing mix as well as the marketing functions. And in the last session I had explained to you about the marketing concepts. So all these are weightage on part of examination. It can be asked in examination. So please be attentive and listen carefully, right? And you will be able to understand, and you can write on your own if you just being attentive and concentrate when I explain this particular topics. So students, here as I said, marketing functions. These marketing functions are of 3 types. It is of 3. It has been divided of 3 types. One is functions of exchange, function of physical supply and facilitating functions. Under functions of exchange, we have buying function, assembling function, selling function. Then under functions of physical supply, transportation, inventory management, warehousing and material handling, right? Then under facilitating functions, financing, risk taking, insurance, standardization and after sales service. Let us understand one by one. First we'll take up the functions of exchange. Under the functions of exchange, we have the buying function. What is this buying function? Here, the manufacturer, what he does, he requires to buy the raw materials from the various suppliers for the production purpose, right? Likewise, the wholesaler, what he does, he also purchases the goods from the manufacturer or the producers for the purpose of reselling them to the retailer. And the retailer also, in turn, he purchases the goods from the wholesaler or directly from the manufacturers and sells them to the consumers. So it is like a chain link between the manufacturer and till the consumer. So this function of buying is performed at various levels, such as from the part of manufacturing, that is manufacturer, then the wholesaler, retailer, and finally it reaches the consumer. Now coming to the assembling function, this is different and separate from buying. So assembling means, it says, see, buying involves transfer of ownership from the goods. So buying means it is transferring of ownership from one person to another person, that is from buyer to the seller. You are transferring the ownership, right? And whereas in assembling of goods, the purchase are from various sources. In assembling, you are purchasing the goods, the raw materials from various sources, and you are assembling them at one single point according to the requirements of the buyer. So in this particular case, the agriculture produce assembling, they purchase from various farmers and they will assemble them, collect them and from various scattered firms or the farmers or the farms and bring them at a central point. So likewise, the manufacturer or the producer also, he purchases the raw materials from different sources of suppliers of raw materials and purchase them at a single place, right? Now coming to the selling function, this involves transfer of ownership from the seller to the buyer. So here under selling, you are transferring the ownership of that particular commodity or the products, whereby you are telling them the ownership is being changed now and it is changed from ownership from the seller to the buyer. Now selling function is very important function because it is the success of any firm. So if you sell the product, that means you are reaching your objective, right? So this particular function, selling function, is very, very important because it is continuously increasing in all the organization, right? Due to emergence of severe competition. So this is very important function because in nowadays it is very, very important so that you need to reach your target, you need to sell your product to the target customers, right, or target markets in this competitive world. If you are selling it, that means you are the best in the market. So producing goods is very easy, but it is very difficult to sell them. Producing goods is not a big thing, but selling is a very, very big aspect or a very big challenging part. So how you are going to sell it, that depends upon the strategies which you follow in order to sell the products. Now coming to the functions of physical supply. Under this we have transportation, we'll see, and inventory management and the next. So first we'll take up transportation. Transportation here it says it includes that various decisions has to be taken by the organization or the companies in order to see which kind of transport is efficient and a very good one in order to transport your goods from the place of production to the place of consumption. That is, from the place of production means from factory or the place of where it is manufactured, and the place of consumption is the market, right? So they select various modes. It may be like service selection, freight consolidation, then carriage routing, vehicle scheduling, then processing claims, etc. Now this particular transportation is a function where it involves, as I told you, the movement of goods from one place to another place, that is from place of production to the place of consumption, right? And coming to the next, that is under physical functions or supply, we have inventory management. Under this inventory management, here it says it includes all those things, that is of short-term sales forecasting. So under this we have product mix at stocking points, that is the number of products, the size of the products and the location of stocking points, just in time or push or pull out strategies. So this is nothing but it is just the inventory of your products or the stock, how you are going to keep your stock in the market. So how you are going to keep your stocks and how you are going to, where you are going to decide it, where you want to keep it, how you are going to keep it. So all this will be taken into consideration in this inventory management, whether it is for short-term sales or for the longer-term sales. So you need to decide how and where you are going to pull up your stockings. So that will be taken into consideration, that is about inventory management. The third and fourth one is in physical supply functions, warehousing and material handling. So in this it says the function of warehousing, such as it may be space determination. It means you need to find the space for your products where you need to store them. That is very important. According to demand, you have to supply, because when there is season, you need to supply it. When there is no season, you have to store it. So the storage facility is very, very important aspect. Then stock layout and design, stock placement, all this are the important aspects regarding the warehousing. So you need to first find out the place, and accordingly you need to store them in that particular warehouses. Thereby, as per the demand, you need to supply the products. Then material handling, that is, it is a function where the equipment selection, what kind of equipment you are going to have it, then the equipment replacement, order picking procedure, stock storage and retrieval. So all these are related to the materials, how you handle it, what are the things, whether it is handled to safely, it has to be handled or not, right? Whether it is a very heavy products or it is very durable products, all these things you need to take into care. Now coming to the facilitating functions. Coming to the facilitating functions, It says financing. Finance is very, very important part, because without finance, no business can exist. So it is like a lifeblood of any business. So if you have finance, then you can do anything in the business. So the importance of extending liberal credit facilities such as selling tool cannot be underestimated. So here, just if you are giving lot of credit, liberal credit facilities, finally you will be in the trouble, because you need the working capital for your business. Working capital is one where you need to see that that particular capital is being utilized for the day-to-day running of the business. So that is possible only when you have a rigid, what you call the credit facilities. If you give liberal credit facilities, then you will be under trouble. Then you have to find out the sources for your finance. Then it may be for short term or a long term. Then which are the sources? Then you have to find out, that is through commercial banks or any other institutions which is providing you the finance. So this is necessarily involve higher working capital requirements. So when you give more liberal credit facilities, then automatically higher working capital requirement will be there, because you don't have money with you. You need to wait till the suppliers or the debtors give you. So the arrangement of finance has become very, very important in nowadays in this function. Therefore, the marketer, what he has to do, he has to plan for various kinds of plans or the finance, such as I told you, short-term finance, or it may be medium-term or a long-term. The marketer has to undertake, or he has to decide about the short-term, long-term and medium-term finance which he requires. So it may be through commercial banks, it may be through credit societies or government agencies or various other banks which provides you the finance. Now under the facilitating functions, we have the risk taking also. So here so many numerous risks where a marketer has to undergo, because it depends upon the degree of that is your business. So if your business is very small business, your degree of that is your risk will be also less. But if your business is a large business, a huge business, your risk is also more. So risk taking is like a challenging part, and the reward for that particular risk taking is a profit. So numerous risk which is to be undertaken by the market enterprise, and it has to bear the various marketing of goods and services. So the risk arises how? Because it due to unforeseen circumstances. We don't know what happens in the near future. Suddenly there may be a fire accident, or the goods which is traveling on a ship, it may be collapsed, or it may be both the ships collide together and both the ships sink in the ocean or in the sea, or they may be crashed in the plane, right? So like this, there are so many risk undertakes, or the sea pirates may take out or rob your products. So you will be under this. The market will be under risk. So the risk has to be insured. So here the risk factor is due to fire accidents may be covered by insurance. So there are some of the agencies, the insurance agencies, where you can cover the risk, and in some cases the risk cannot be covered. In case of fire accident, right, and any other accidents, the risk can be easily covered through insurance by covering or taking an insurance on that particular products. But the risk due to changes in the government policy, suddenly the government will change the policy, and in that case you will be under risk. You don't have any kind of insurance on that part. Then the risk due to increased competition. When there is a lot of competition, then that is also one of the risks. Technological risk and business cycle risk which cannot be insured. So these are the various aspects where the risk cannot be covered under insurance. Standardization and grading. Standardization is nothing but it is a process, or say that fixing the certain norms or the standards for all the products which has to be compulsorily undergo, and it has to be meeting that particular standards. For example, in India, if you want to manufacture a product, then that particular product, it should have a standard of ISI. So every product which has been produced in the market, which has been produced in our country, in India, it has to undergo through various norms, that is the standards, and that fixed standard is ISI. And if you want to export the goods from other countries, from our country, then you require the ISO standard. Only if you meet this particular norms of the standards, then only you can see that it can be sold in the market, right? So based on the characteristics of the product and the base of which the product can be divided into, the standards will be fixed, and it says the model products will be basis for comparison. Now coming to the grading. Grading is nothing but it is a physical process which will be following the standardization or the standards which has been fixed. It involves division of products. The grading means it is a division of products. You are dividing the products into different lots and in different classes, such as first quality, second quality, third quality, like this. So you grade the products according to the according to standards which has been met. So according to units. So grading is done mostly for the agricultural products and mineral products, because the agricultural produce will not be having any kind of grading at the time of, will not be having any standard or grading at the time of producing it, right? That is the crops and cereals, and the mineral products when you extract them from the earth. But whereas if you take the industrial products, that is the goods which has been manufactured in the industries, that will undergo at the time of manufacturing itself, it will undergo through process of grading, because it will be meeting that particular standards. So manufactured products are tested based on standards laid down by the Bureau of Industrial Standards and bear ISI label. That's what I said, it should have a ISI label. So AgMark is a quality certification or the standard which has to be met for agricultural produce. And lastly, we have after sales service. So this is nothing but it is also one of the important aspect that is under facilitating functions, where the marketing tool cannot be included. That is, after sales service facility is very, very important. Once the marketer sells the product, it is not that he cannot think that, oh, my work is over, I sold my product, I have achieved my target. No. Even after that, the work is there for the marketer. That is, he has to become increasingly this, he has to give this after sales service to the customers. So here, marketer, what he has to do, he has to plan for after sales service. For example, like repairs, replacement of the parts or that particular products, or maintenance of the computers. So you need to maintain the computers or television, air conditions. Like this, you need to give the after sales services to the customers who has bought the products from that particular customer, from that particular manufacturer, or from that particular company. So additional modern marketing functions, we have product planning. Here it says it is involved with the development and commercial of new products, finding out new products or coming out with new products, then modifying the existing product lines or the products, and sometimes you are going to discontinue. That means you are going to come out or remove or take away the product which is not profitable. So that is about product planning. About packaging, it is one of the main important aspect, because you need to preserve the quality and quantity of the products which has been manufactured unless it is been sold. So for that, what you have to do is you need to see that it has to be maintained in well conditions during the storage purpose as well as during the transportation from one place to another place. So here tremendous advertising value will be there, because it facilitates sale of products. When you take up the packaging, it will have a detail about the product, the utility of the product, all that will be there. So that will give a very good advertisement on part of that particular product. That is why it requires a very good, the packaging. So that will help you to sell the product. So example, here we can see the sachet packing has been created a modern revolutionary. That is, the sachet packing has created a revolution in the shampoo industry. So olden days in that, we found that we used to have big bottles of shampoos, but nowadays you get a sachet for 1 rupee, 2 rupees or 5 rupees, like that. So that is a very, very good example for this packing. So shampoo industry has come out with this particular sachet packing. Now coming to the product pricing, it says it is also one of the important factors of marketing, because pricing decisions affect all the parties involved in that particular production, distribution, as well as selling and consumption of goods. Everyone has been affected by this product pricing. That is, the parties who are involved here is production, that is distribution, selling and consumption. So production means the marketer, distribution the agents or the middlemen, selling, that is the marketers, as well as consumption of goods, the consumers. So price affects the volume of sales and the profit. So here the price will have a greater impact over the sales as well as the profit margin. And we see sales and advertisement promotion. Under this, advertisement is one of the method of promotional tools where you are going to communicate to the customers regarding your product, and the main objective of this particular advertisement is to see that, to promote your product and to see that it is being sold in the market to the target customers. So here the sales promotion includes all those activities, like such as it may be demonstrations, or it may be like displays, or it may be the dealer scheme or stimulating purchases by dealers and the consumers. So these are very, very important aspect about this advertising and sales promotion, because it is the most important promotional tool where you are communicating your target customers or the target market about your product and tell them about the benefit of the users, and which will satisfy the needs and the wants of the customers. So it can be taken regarding the advertisement and sales promotional activities. And we have market research, or we say marketing research. It is very, very important because it is systematic gathering, recording, analyzing of data about the problems connected with the product, then pricing, promotion and distribution. So it is collection of the data. Actually, research is nothing but collection of the data regarding about the product, about the price of the product, then about the promotion of that particular product and the distribution of that particular product. So this research, it deals about on the customer's demand. That is behavior of the customers, analyzing sales data and market share. So this particular function, that is marketing research, it totally depends upon the customer's behavior. So they'll find out what is the behavior of the customer towards your particular product. Then what is your sales data, analyzing the sales data, how much sales you have reached, right? And what is your market share for your product. All this will be analyzed and they will give a very good information to the marketer about that particular product. So it is totally of analyzing of the data about the problems which have been connected with product, pricing, promotion and distribution. Then marketing, that is management as sales force. So here sales force are nothing but they are the backbones of every marketers or the organization, because they are the main persons who brings the success to the organization here. So they depend upon effectively how well they are able to sell the goods and services. So here you need to understand how the sales force are effectively able to sell the products and give the good services and meet the challenging needs of the customers. So these are the persons, they are the backbone or the pillars of every organization, because they are the persons, one who is going to sell the product to the customers in need of the customers' wants and needs. So the salesperson has to be educated. So they have to be educated and they need to educate the customers regarding the product. So they need to educate and tell them this is the product of our particular manufacturer and this is the product where it is having so much of utilities, this is the price, this is the users, these are benefits. So each and everything has to be informed. That is, they have to educate the customers on the products as well as services which they are selling, and with the same benefit to the customers and profit to the seller, so that even the customer should also be benefited by purchasing the product, and the seller also should be benefited by selling the product, getting the profit on selling that particular product. So coming to the end of this session, so let me give the glance, that is just giving you the glance regarding what topics which I covered to you today under this particular session, that is session 6. So here I said about marketing mix, product, price, place and promotion. Then I explained you about product, that is product quality, design, variety, features, branding, packing, then services, warranties. In price, I said about the wholesale and retail prices, what are the discounts to be given, allowances to be given, then credit price and terms. Then under place, I told you about the identity of the place, then recruitment of the people, sales people, then what are the linkages to the various middlemen and the marketing facilitators. In promotion, I told you how to hire the person, how to train the person and how to motivate the sales force in order to promote the product. So here under marketing mix, we have 4 P's as I told you, and it should be designed properly. The price, product, the distribution also has to be taken into consideration, and it has to be designed in such a way that the 4 elements of marketing mix has to be coordinated together in order to achieve the target market and achieve the objectives of the marketing. Here marketing functions. So we have functions of exchange, function of physical supply, facilitating functions. So under this buying function, assembling function, selling function. Under physical supply, we have function of transportation, inventory management, warehousing and material handling. Then under facilitating function, we have financing, risk-taking insurance, standardization and after sales service. So here I explained each and everything about this. Then we have some additional functions apart from the normal functions, such as product planning, then packaging, then we have product pricing, advertisement, sales promotion, marketing research, marketing sales force. So dear students, so I have covered all the topics in this particular unit. So I have come to the end of this particular unit, that is of unit 1. So I have covered all the topics under this unit. So it is on your part now to see that study this unit 1 and see that it will be helpful for your examination. I told you which are the weightage topics that is coming under this particular unit, such as it may be marketing mix, then it may be the marketing concepts as well as the marketing functions. So these are the 3 important aspects where it will be coming for you, for it may be for 5, 10 marks or 15 marks, right? So see that you study this particular topic, and it is very important on part of examination. So see you in the next session. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. Thank you, students.